Well, here's something I could have done yesterday as I was shutting down the shop and saved myself a little bit of time because, as you guys all know, it takes glue a while to dry. With the reclaimed wood, it's fairly common for me to get a split that has to be addressed before starting a carve. Technically, it doesn't have to be, but it's going to accompany a lot of regret later if you don't address splits in wood before you get going. I have had occasions where a really nice carve turned into a total disaster because I didn't take the few minutes required to use a little glue and some clamps to get the splits repaired before putting the effort into making the carve. So what I did in this case, and this is a very typical thing, especially with reclaimed wood. If you go to Lowe's and you're willing to pay Lowe's prices for recently cut stuff that's, I don't know, could later twist, bow, or warp, causing a whole different set of problems. You can do that. I've done it several times, but I have found the best way to do, just plain old the best way to do it. Find an old wood shed that somebody will give you or let you pay a couple $100 for. Tear the thing down. That'll give you, in my case, it gave me a 2-year supply of wood. That's projected anyway. It could actually stretch a little longer than that. So the downside to that is you'll end up with some splits, and you know how just any wood, when it gets good and dried out, something's got to give a lot of time. But the good news is those things can be repaired, and that's what I've got going here. So the way I approach it typically is I'll take the wood where the split is happening, and I'll turn it up on its edge and pry the split open just a little bit with a screwdriver so the glue can run down into the split. I turn it up vertically so that the glue runs through the split instead of trying to lay it out flat and apply the glue across the surface of the wood. Turn it up on its edge so the gravity pulls the glue down into the split. And once it runs down in there, it takes maybe 30 seconds, turn it back up flat, clamp it both in both axes. You can see I've got the Z-axis or the thickness clamped with the clamp on the right, and the Y-axis, just depending on how you have it on your machine, the width, we'll say, of the board is being clamped by the clamp in the foreground. So let's back that up just a little bit. So you can see what the thickness, the clamp managing the thickness does is when you squeeze the other clamp, if the split has some angle to it, it could actually pull it out of flatness where the split is. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. Just give it a try and see what happens. What you're going to want to do is clamp the flat surface first, the thickness first. After you get the glue down into the split, pull your screwdriver out, of course, if you used a screwdriver to open the gap up some, and then apply the clamp to the width, and that prevents the split from being higher or lower than the surface of your wood. So another thing we'll take a look at here is I have this camera is probably not going to move great as I turn it, but I have these glue up racks built. There's the one with the black frame. There's the one currently in use. Super handy. They have basically just a little stick of wood to hold them out at not really sure what angle that is. It's nowhere near 45. I'd say probably 20 degrees or so from the wall, but that gives you the perfect angle for spray painting, and also for, obviously for gluing up different projects. These are tall enough so that you can glue 2, 3, 4 widths together if you use dowels or other means to glue your woods together. That's a great way to do that. And this one that's closer actually this is a much bigger. Yeah, as you can see, that one's wouldn't glue a kitchen table hardly, but you could easily do end tables and nightstands, and I think we're looking at a good 30 inches of of capacity on that one, and I've used that one several times too. It works really well. Take the clamps off, set at your workpiece up there for spray painting, and also I have found that plexiglass, like you could take a sheet of plexiglass and sit on the ledge here and then put your workpiece on it. That keeps overspray off the rack, and I don't really worry too much about what's on the floor. There's normally enough sawdust on the floor in this place to keep any overspray from being a problem. So anyway, that's how I do it. I'm always open to suggestions, and I get a lot of them, and I'm never critical of anyone's suggestions. So if you have a better way, especially if I can do this more quickly and more efficiently, I'm always about that, because there just doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to get all this stuff done. So if you have anything that'll help, or you just have any comments in general, just leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching.